Good night. Hello, everybody. Good night to everyone. I'm Manuel Bispo, and I'm happy to be with you to more one talk from the NECAFLA, the Center of Study, the Spiritual Studies here in Brussels. Okay, so today my speech will be about encounters. So what we're going to do is to let's see the opportunities you have when you have encounters in this life. So we have a lot of opportunities. And with the COVID slowing down, I think briefly we are going to really encounter people, to meet people, to see each other. And let's use those opportunities to practice some learnings we have saw during all those last months, and also through our inner transformation. Okay, so what I'm going to introduce to you is just again some infos about NECAFLA. We are still uh, following the guidelines from the Belgian government, so no problem. We use as everybody internet, YouTube, Facebook, and Zoom sessions. Well, we are going to make just a brief connection. I'm going to show you and then make a conclusion. Just to tell you, so we are a group of participants that we make studies, and we are in today in Saint-Gilles in Belgium, in the Rue d'Albany. And we have some activities like the systematic study of the spirit doctrine based on the codification from Allan Kardec. So we have in Portuguese, in English, and in French. So we are doing each Tuesday, like today, we make English, Portuguese, and French. And all the Saturdays in Portuguese, we make also in alternated weeks. Okay. Also, we have what we call fraternal services. So is a channel you can call to clarify your doubts, to make questions, or even to have some comfort, to have somebody to talk. So the number are in the screen now. And also we have our email and our page in Facebook. Also, this video and the other videos you can find in the YouTube. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to bring you this image. So I like pretty much images, and this image I'm going to put more in the full screen. Is what you see is a huge hug in biodanza, and the biodanza is called the art of the encounter. So of course today this kind of activities seems quite impossible, right? It's quite impossible to have this kind of nobody wearing masks. So it was a long time ago. But I think I'm thinking we in the future we are going to repeat this kind of encounter. Okay, so this is to say, guys, my talk today is really to talk about this kind of link between people. Each people that we meet is an opportunity of growing. So with this image expressing a lot of love, and of course thanking our friends, the spiritual friends, to be with us at this moment, our mentor, our guides, protectors, to give us inspiration, to clarify our minds, to reconnect with our objectives in this life. And we are sure that we have the support, inspiration, guidance 100% of time. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, for all the opportunities we have of growing, and make us use each second of this life incarnated to be better and to be better to the others. Thank you. Amen. So, guys, let's talk about the encounter, this kind of encounter, and the opportunities we are going to have. Okay. What I'd like to show you, uh, just to reflect. I'd like to put this timeline in our to remind us about this timeline in our life. Of course, when I say our life now, since we we were born until our, let's say, mature or uh, uh, let's say, departure from here, and of course we have our before life. That's our what we know, and we have enough let's say data to see that. But and of course this life and this life we are is a momentaneous life. We are spiritual beings in a material body to have, like a school, to grow, to improve what we call our inner transformation. And of course, we have after this, we are going on in our life, not with this body, not in this dimension, with this vibration. Maybe we hope in a higher vibration, and of course, all we know also everything we did. We have the consequences now, and what we are going to do here right now, there will be positive and negative consequences after. Today, in our beautiful planet, we are in a planet of tests and atonements, and of course, we have more, let's say, pain and afflictions and tests for everybody than the real happiness. And of course, we are surrounded by people, our families, our friends, relatives, neighbors, people that we meet momentaneously, and of course, this is our what we call our life, the meaning of our life. The meaning of life is this: we are very old guys that we came maybe the other lives coming, learning, and now we are here in more one test with this COVID. It was a good test for all the planet, not only one country or another. And one thing we see in the gospel is we know full well that life is difficult and is composed by so many apparent, useless, insignificant, and valueless things which act as repeated pinpricks and end up hurting us. So we know this, okay? This is what we call our life in our planet. Another thing to remind us that all we do, all we think, all actions we and decisions we make will impact ourselves, but also others, the others that are around us, and the others that are linked to the others, and the others that are linked to the others. So we are connected. There's and not only by email or telephone or so on, but energetically speaking, we are connected. So this is another thing. So first, we are in a moment in our life, in a special moment, incarnated here in this planet, bring all the experience, all the knowledge we have in the past lives, and of course we are forecasting or in a new path, a new level in the continuity of our life. And of course, now in this moment, everything we do, there's an impact because with the others. That's I'd like to talk about the encounters. Another thing is this I took from the Spirit's book. There is a question they say, so Allan Kardec, as we had many existences, do our relationships extend beyond our present existence? And then the answer is, it cannot be otherwise. The succession of their corporal existence establishes among spirits a variety of relationships which date back from their former existences. And these relationships are often the cause of the sympathies or antipathies which you sometimes feel towards persons whom you seem to meet for the first time. So I'd like to put this about the encounter. So it's very, very common when you meet somebody, to have an encounter, and it's very positive. See, I think I know that people. I, it's like my brother, huh? Let's say, it's my friend from the other life. And there's a lot of expressions, mainly in Brazil, say, this is a brother from another life. At the same time, we have other people we are antipatized. The guy didn't make anything to me, but I don't know. I don't like him. I don't like her. So this kind of thing, there is a consequence of our succession of lives. And sometimes we meet people that we met in a precedent life, maybe. Okay. And that is the what you call the opportunities of the encounters we have. And guys, with the end of the COVID, everybody's going to travel, to go to meet family, people, friends. I say meet face to face, not by Zoom, or and then let's see the encounters we have, and then let me just skip more one. This. The first encounter we have is, of course, with our parents when we were born. Of course, and the first encounter also is with our two parents. That is, they date, they marry, and they receive us as a child, a son, a daughter. So what they are, those guys that receive us? What is the opportunity here? So we know from our study. So those guys, they are friends, people that we have a affinity, that with love or kindly they agree to arrive before and to receive us, our parents, father and mother, to receive us as a child, to protect us, to educate, to give orientation, to give us directions. And of course, we know sometimes in our past lives, maybe we were friends, maybe, or we have some difficulties with some of them. So it's a moment. This encounter, the very first encounter, is a moment really to recover something, to let's say to grow up as people, as human beings, to have this first, let's say, relationship with our father and mother. So of course we have difficult children with the parents, or we have parents that are very difficult with their children. So why this? And I put here one question from the Spirit's book. The question is, hey, how is it that good and virtuous parents often give birth to children of perverse and evil nature? So, bad children. Okay. Or in other words, how is it that the good qualities of Thai parents do not only attract to them through sympathy, a good spirit to animate their child. Because they say, why they are good people, very nice, and his son or their daughter is not good. So so that's a very good explanation, and it makes sense. So let's say that the answer is a wicked spirit may ask, they have the grace to receive this let's say this opportunity to have virtuous parents, in the hope that their counsels may help him, the future child, to amend his ways. And of course, God often confides such an one to have the care of virtuous persons, in order that he may be benefited by their affection and care. Let's say, I say, hey, for me, it's a good opportunity to say, guy, my parents, they agree to receive me, even if you have some problems. They agree to receive me as their son, and they are going to help me with my tendencies. They are going to, during my first 7 years, and we say that the first 7 years is very important to guide this spirit that sometimes is very very old, but is in this life. Remember the spirit of life. In this life, he's only 6 7 years old. So this is let's say the first encounter and a very good opportunity to meet those two guys, your father and your mother, that allow you to increase a little bit during the first, let's say, 17, 18 years of your life, guiding you, giving you education, giving you the moral principles. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes not. Let's say we have lives, okay? So this is the first encounter I want to remind you. And for myself, I was thinking about this. It's I thank my parents. They say, hey, thank you for your lessons to help me to be what I am today. So this first encounter is very very important. The second one, our brothers. When you have brothers, sometimes you are is a one only child and you don't have brother. But when you have brothers, again, the brothers that we came together in this life is a very unique opportunity to meet again. Sometimes friends, old friends from the other lives. Sometimes some, let's say, antagonists or people that you have some troubles, but you have the opportunity now, very close. Sometimes sleep in the same bedroom, eat in the same table with the same parents, to reconcile or to help each other, depend of the contract you have before. But this is the second very good encounter we have in our life, in our timeline of life incarnated here, is when you meet our brothers. And we grow together, and you have differences. And I remember, now I think with the new guys coming, is difficult, but before it was very normal, the fight between brothers. Of course, now we understand we have differences. They have, or we, even with my brother, we have differences that we didn't we cannot explain now, but in our memory, and make us to have some silly fights. But then with the time and the difficulties, and with the facilitation of our parents, we grow up and we improve, we understand, and happily we reconcile. Okay, so this is a second encounter that we have the opportunity to meet. First, we have the approval to come together. That's a good thing, to stay here. And then we have the opportunity to live together. And then you have the opportunity to interact and reconcile together. This is the second very good encounter we have. And then there is the Gospel of Spiritism that's they say a very interesting is that those people incarnated in the same family, especially the close relation as brothers, are as often as congenial spirits, right? They are friends, linked by past relationships, which express themselves during their earthly lives by their reciprocated affections. So when uh, there are this love between brothers, they are together, but it can also happen that these people are complete strangers to each other, uh, or they may be distant from each other due to past aversions, the problems, which why on earth incarnated are translated into mutual antagonisms, which serve as probation. So it's a lack of test when you are together with, let's say, old enemy, uh, to reconcile. To say, guys, now you are going to incarnate as brothers, and they give you the opportunity, like now. And then okay, that can be in another talk, but the some events you see the people that are the twins, twins that are together, very very linked. They two because they have a affinity, to very strong affinity. So this is our the second encounter in our life, or the big encounter we have when we meet our brothers. The third one is the Holy Family. The Holy Family, grandparents, uncles, cousin, is the karmic group. Is the, let's say, energetically is the our old friends, or our that we came together to work together, to have this let's say familiar link, to help each other. And I took this from a book from Joana de Angelis. Is that the family group is not a casual result of hurried encounters in the physical world. Let's say my uncle is married. What is my aunt, and I have a cousin, and then I have my I don't know my other uncle from my father. No, this is really a mathematical equation that was solved to put all those people together at the same time with all those relationships, yeah? Because all those arrangements haven't taken place in the spiritual spheres before our material, the organic rebirth. That in that time, programs are drawn up, very good plannings between all the spirits. They are committed to come here together, positively or negatively. There are some, let's say, when I say in English, when you put the guy can, hey guy, you have to go, come, yeah, to your, it's for your progress. So those commitments for the necessary adjustment and to the progress of each one. So they put all together is a win-win move. Let's come here as a big family. Some most of part now in this planet as a karmic, with karmic activities. And when we put together, they analyze the evolutionary needs. So the grow up, the transformation, each one. Those they who find themselves with responsibility to feel together. So everyone has one need. We put all together, and we have this opportunity to have this what to call moral and intellectual growth and repair. So I cannot imagine the equation to put all together and say, guys, if you do this, then if else, if then else, if then else, and put all together. So of course, consider all the past. Remember our timeline, all the past debts, all the differences, problems, good things, and then we put all together to provide tolerance, forgiveness, and to have the harmony between this what you call this karmic group. I think for most of us, this is the main encounter we have after our parents, our brothers, and then with the whole family. And sometimes we, for example, I have uncles that were adopted by my grandparents, and it's part of my family. So it should be planned to have this guy together with us. So it's a very interesting encounter. So to make we think about the opportunity you have to have all this together. And the other one is, of course, our friends, people that maybe are old friends for other lives or other existence, new ones that we have this during this life. We meet this life, and normally they have energetically or we have affinity. And then this friendship is to support, help, teach, learn, work together, build things, help others. So is a, let's say, a dharma group we put together. And one thing that's interesting, that we are social guys. We human beings, and I put this in Spirit's book, that what question they about the, what about the we are like animals. We what's the difference when the animals are together? Because after the with an animal, the pair, there's no family after. They don't have this tie, and they say no. We as human beings, we are different. We have the social ties we have are necessary to our progress. And the family, remember the family ties, the family links, they strengthen the social connections, because with my cousin, I meet another people, my brother introduced me another people, so you increase your encounters with people. Maybe it's planned to meet these people using one from your family. And that's one reason that family ties is a law of nature, to have these family ties. And God give us will that all the human being, that man should learn through each one. And to love each other as brothers. Not only my brother that was born with me in the same family, but as a whole family in this planet. And our nature, our origin is has implanted in us the need of loving and being loved. So we need to love and be loved. This relationship between each other. And one of the greatest enjoyments accorded to us upon this planet is the meeting with the hearts that sympathize with our own heart. So this, let's say, we call encounters of heart. We meet some people, we have a huge affinity, and we stay like brothers, like a family tie, but it's really it's not a family tie, but it's a friendship, a social tie that goes until the end of life. Maybe it's very common that people that were brothers in other life, and they come as friends, but the affinity is so high that they stay together as a very good friends. The same thing when we each, when you come back to our parents, we each other and marry and start a new family. So the family ties and the social ties are together. And again, opportunity of our inner transformation. Okay. And to finish, of course, We have the others that we small encounters, very uh, very, let's say, short meeting, uh, but doesn't mean that the consequences are not short or low. Sometimes a short encounter impacts a lot in the future, in our future lives. Mainly when we have problems, when there are enemies. It's very common in this planet. People in a traffic stop have a problem and bad decision, they start being enemies, and not in this life, they're going to solve this in another opportunity. So this kind of encounter is really important also. And you have this not now because we are confined, but we let's say we it's our nature to meet people, even it's not really friends, but our colleagues or partners or even some people that we don't know but become enemies. So those kind of people are continuous opportunities to practice all the learnings we study, and you have to practice patience, fraternity, calm, charity, and so on. And then there are some. While our friends are a divine blessing because they strengthen us in difficult times and stimulate us in building our best, by the other hand, our enemies, and sometimes, or most part of time, there are old friends that we betrayed in the past, and they came with, sometimes they don't forgive us, but they start being our enemy. But the other hand is somebody that is capable of identifying our mistakes and measuring our resistance during the tests. And they are going to point out to us the work to be done, the work that is up to us to do, what we have to do. So what I remember, there is one spiritist film from the Valdo. They say is my my friend enemy. The enemy that was on a spirit that is following him. The Valdo incarnate and the other guy disincarnated. There's a kind of obsession, and they say, "Hey, this guy is following me every time, but he's helping me because of him. I try to be a better people." So he's a friend enemy. So it's very interesting. So at the end, the guy they forgive the Valdo and they became friends, real friends. But we say the enemies, they are the people that show us our where we have to improve. Okay, so those kind of encounters, they all are opportunities for us. So that's and continuous opportunities to practice all we study, all the things we meditate, let's say, to increase our quantum of energy in this life. That's in our timeline of life. And to finish, this is our planet. This is the let's say this opportunity we have to increase the energy of our planet, to increase our let's say our progress, our moral progress, or intellectual progress, is to pick those learns and practice. Easy, huh? I put great. Huh? Love your neighbor as yourself. Huh? A neighbor that you encounter, I don't know, once per day or once per week or once per month. And sometimes people don't have patience or don't have to connect or uh, don't 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 help. Another, honor your father and your mother. Hey guys, they accept to receive me here in this life, to help me in my first years, to guide me. with patience, with love. So, very good learning, or very good teaching. The other, blessed are the merciful. Yes, let's be merciful with the others that we encounter. Or blessed are the meek and the peacemakers. When we see some, it's easy to start a war. It's very easy to start a war, right? But let's the teachings there. Hey guys, blessed are the meek. So some practice of charity, affability and mildness, patience, faith, gratitude. So, guys, the encounters are the opportunity to practice all those learns we, we are studying, we repeating, we know that they exist. Everybody talk about this. And the encounters are the best opportunity you have, any kind of encounter. Ask and it shall be given, seek and you will find. All this in this small planet we are right now. Okay, so that's my message for today, and I'd like to invite you to close this looking. Let me put here. Let me looking this nice picture in Brazil. That's called it the line of the life, linha da vida. Is for a Brazilian graffiti artist, Eduardo Cobra, and make it remind us how our life is brief, is short, and how we meet different people since we are a child until we are an old people. The differences. And we are all together in this same planet. And at the end of the day, it's just an opportunity you have here. It's a blessed opportunity you have to meet, to have all those encounters here. People that we met in other lives, people that we met this life. And with this feeling of grateful to say more one time, thank you for the opportunity we are here, studying, living this moment in this planet. And with this, our heart full of love, that we send our best vibrations that will join surely all the vibrations at this time to surround our planet, to make people realize the great opportunity we are having at this very moment in our life. Thank you, Jesus, for your workers that are in the space, in the spiritual side, supporting us in this test that we call life. Thank you. Amen. So, people, thank you very much for your attention. I'm very happy to make this talk, to prepare, to think about this. I hope you enjoy, and I wish you a very, very blessed week with good encounters. Maybe not this week and next week, but briefly. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you. Ciao, ciao.